Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmed Usman and my group members are Hamza Mukhtar and Rafi Sultan. The topic that we are presenting today is the elasticity of demand. First of all, what is elasticity? Elasticity can be defined as the responsiveness of quantity demanded to percentage change in price. It simply means that जैसे price में changes आएंगे वैसे ही quantity में changes आते हैं. Price कम होगी, quantity बढ़ती जाएगी. Now there are four types of elasticity of demand: price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, arc elasticity of demand, and cross elasticity of demand. The first one is the price elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand is a measurement of the change in the consumption of a product in relation to its price. Basically, price elasticity ये होती है कि जैसे जैसे आपकी प्राइस बढ़ती जाएगी वैसे वैसे आपके प्रोडक्ट की कंजम्पशन आपकी कम होती जाएगी. ये प्राइस elasticity of demand होती है. Price elasticity of demand can be measured by percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. As stated below, elasticity declines along the demand curve as we move towards the quantity axis. Now there are four kinds of price elasticity of demand: perfectly elastic, relatively elastic, perfectly inelastic, relatively inelastic, and unitively elastic. The first one is the perfectly elastic. If demand is perfectly elastic, it means that at a certain price, demand is infinite. Imperfectly elastic, it consists of a good with a very high elasticity of demand. As shown in the graph, the price is same, but the demand is unlimited, so the elasticity is also infinite. For relatively elastic, an elasticity alternative in which relatively small changes in one variable, which is usually price, causes relatively large changes in another variable, which is usually quantity. As shown in the graph, there is a very small change in the price of a product, which causes a very huge change in the quantity of a product from Q0 to Q1. Now comes the perfectly inelastic. Perfectly inelastic demand is in which a change in the price of a product or a service has no impact on the quantity demanded because the elasticity of demand is equal to zero. As shown in the graph, how price यानी कि जितनी भी इसमें change हो जाए but quantity demanded remains the same. In relatively inelastic demand is one in which the percentage change produced in demand is less than the percentage change in the price of the product. In this case, the elasticity is less than 1, as also shown in the graph. अगर हमारी क्वांटिटी में बिल्कुल लिटिल चेंज है तो हमारी प्राइस में काफी ज्यादा चेंज हो जाएगा. तो प्राइस में हम फॉर एग्जांपल जस्ट शो यू, अगर हमारी पी नॉट इस पॉइंट पे है, इस पॉइंट पे हमारी पी नॉट है, ठीक है, तो इसकी यानी कि क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड इस पॉइंट पे आ गए ऑलमोस्ट बने. अगर हमारी P1 प्राइस चेंज हो गई इस पॉइंट पे आ जाएगी, ये पॉइंट है, तो इस तरह से हमारी जो क्वांटिटी यहाँ पे बनेगी, तो क्वांटिटी में बहुत लिटिल चेंज है as shown in the lines. So this is from my side. Now I would like to call Hamza Mukhtar to continue further. हमजा भाई आपकी बारी है.
मेरी बारी है. मेरी स्लाइड खोल दो यार आप.
करो.
Hello. Assalamualaikum. My name is Hamza. So I'll be telling about unitary elastic. Elasticity. Unitary elasticity is elastic demand is type of demand which changes in the same proportion to its price. मतलब जिस हिसाब से आपकी प्राइस डिक्रीज होती है उस हिसाब से आपकी डिमांड इंक्रीज होती है. प्रोपोर्शन सेम होता है. लाइक मतलब किसी भी चीज़ की डिमांड जिस हिसाब से प्राइस जिस हिसाब से कम हो रही है उस हिसाब से इंक्रीज होती है. तो अगली स्लाइड खोल दें. Income elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand is how responsive the quantity demand for a good or service is to change in income. its effects on normal and inferior goods. इनकम इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ डिमांड जो है वो पर्सन के या लोगों के इनकम की हिसाब से चेंज होती है डिमांड। अगर इनकम ज़्यादा है तो लोग परचेजिंग ज़्यादा शुरू कर देते हैं, अगर इनकम कम है तो जो परचेजिंग है लोगों की जो डिमांड है वो कम हो जाती है। तो इसका इफेक्ट जो है नॉर्मल और इंफीरियर गुड्स पे वो ये है कि डिमांड फॉर नॉर्मल गुड्स राइज एज द इनकम एक्सपेंड। नॉर्मल गुड्स की जो डिमांड है वो बढ़ जाती है लोगों की इनकम बढ़ने से, और द डिमांड फॉर इंफीरियर गुड डिक्लाइन एज द इनकम एक्सपेंड्स। जो जो इंफीरियर गुड्स होते हैं उनकी जो है डिमांड कम हो जाती है और इनकम बढ़ने की वजह से। तो नाउ राफे विल टेल अबाउट अदर प्रेजेंटेशन।
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Raf Sultan. The first slide I will be going to talk about is the arc elasticity. Arc elasticity is the elasticity of one variable with respect to another between two given points. It is used when there is no general function to define the relationship between the two variables. The formula can be seen down here. E is dq over dt into then p1 plus p2 over q1 over q2. As the points can be seen on the y side of the graph, which are price, and on the x side of the graph, which is quantity. So when basically it is the midpoint of both of values, and to find the relationship. Next slide. Next slide. It is cross elasticity of demand, which evaluates the relationship between two products when the price is one of them changes. Basically, when the price of one product changes, then it definitely affects the demand of the other product. It shows a relative change in demand for one product as the price of the other rises or falls. Its formula is E is equal to dQ1 over dP2 into P2 divided by Q1. So in this cost absolute demand, the change in price of final product will definitely will change the demand of the other product. It depends on if it rises or it falls. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.